Welcome viewers to this edition of PNG Issues. Now that the vote of no confidence against the Prime Minister is imminent, it has also been widely seen that Prime Minister James Marapae has been called upon by several MPs in the opposition to resign, including individuals using social media calling on him to resign or step aside, citing corruption allegations among other issues such as inflation, law and order problems, high crime rates, and high cost of living as a result of his government's failure in addressing these issues. Also, from the opposition camps, Sir Peter Ipadas, James nominee Brian Kramer, and other members have called on the members of the government to join them in the opposition. This signals loss of confidence and trust in James Marapae as Prime Minister, and also appears to show that the public have lost faith in his ability as Prime Minister to govern effectively and address the pressing issues of law and order, unemployment, inflation, corruption, and social inequalities that is grappling the country. Therefore, he has to resign to restore public confidence in his government and the country as a whole. The call by the opposition leaders Peter Ipadas, Brian Kramer and James nominee on members of the government to join the opposition in forming a new government should not be taken lightly by the members of parliament, if they're genuine about good governance and responsible leadership in addressing current issues affecting the country. Also, the ruling Pangu party and its coalition partners has to withdraw support for James Marapae if they want him to step aside or resign to enable new leadership in Pangu to take the lead as a sign of responsible government in a democratic process. Incidentally, this is an opportune time for the opposition to take advantage of and change the Marapae-Russo government. It is important to note that Prime Minister James Marapae acknowledges challenges about corruption, law and order problems, unemployment, inflation, including other issues. However, his government is actively taking steps in addressing these issues but fails to achieve tangible results. Therefore, the calls for change of his government are timely. On the contrary, if his government have a clear plan and is making progress, they could overcome the vote of no confidence and remain in office after the vote of no confidence. In the case of corruption allegations against the Prime Minister over Paul Paraka payments, the legal implications and the outcomes of investigations may also influence the decision of members of the opposition and government in this upcoming vote of no confidence. However, there is no investigation implicating the Prime Minister in this issue, and it's not likely that the Prime Minister will resign unless there is sufficient evidence to implicate him. Ultimately, whether a Prime Minister should resign in light of these challenges is a complex decision that reflects political, ethical, and social considerations, which often involves weighing the potential for continued leadership against the demand for accountability and change. What do you think? Let us hear your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe to PNG Issues.